Hi,
Okay.
everybody. Sam with Aim Set Win, and today we have Scott Southwell with scottphotos.com. And Scott, can you just briefly describe kind of yourself, your business, and what you do?
I'm a professional photographer and I specialize in real estate and architecture photography. I also do headshots and portraits, but the bulk of my work is for real estate, which is taking pictures of houses for realtors.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Great. That was a really good explanation. Appreciate that. And so, can you kind of share where you were before and after working with us here at Aim Set Win? And that can be in terms of, revenue growth or time shared or just, the ability to reach more people, just however it's most, affected your business, kind of a before and after with us.
Okay, before using Aim Set Win, I was relying on people calling me and saying, okay, hey, I want to have you come photograph this house. Do you have packages? What do you charge? Um, can I book it online? What is your availability? I'd have to do all that manually. And if I'm driving, I can't be writing all this down.
Yeah.
So that was before. After what Aim Set Win did for me, I can direct people to my website. Say, click on the button that says prices and book now. It takes them to a menu page. Do you want packages, or do you want to order things one by one, like off a menu? You click on that. It takes you in, and the customer, the realtor, picks what they want. It shows them how much it is. Then they give me some information about the house, where it is. Are they going to be there? What's the access code to get in and whatnot? And then they hit go to the next step. They see my availability, which is linked to my calendar, and then they hit submit. And the next thing I know is I get a notice on my phone, hey, you got a new photo shoot booked. And it does it, it's all automatic. And so it's a big time saver and it automates things so I can be more productive.
Yeah, it's a great answer. And you kind of answered my next question a little bit because the next one is, what were the main challenges you faced before? So I'll let
Yeah,
you
the main challenges
kind of
were
run through
I
them.
needed a type of page where people could see what I do, click on a box, and it would order it. They would pick their order. And then they needed to tell me, where is the house I'm going to photograph? How many square feet is it? How do I get in the front gate? How do I get in the front door? All that is there. And that's what Aim Set Win did for me. And it makes it so much easier. And we've tweaked it and modified it over time. Now it gives me a summary of everything. So yeah, it's working real good.
Great, great. And so when you were working with us, can you kind of just describe the time commitment required from your end during the collaboration? And what I mean by that is, kind of what responsibilities did you have, and then what did we take care of?
I basically gave you the proverbial sketch on a napkin, and I saw some things that other photographers had on their websites, and I would take screenshots. And I'd say, I like this from this guy, and I like that from that guy, and I like this from this guy. And I gave it to you, like I said, the proverbial sketch on a napkin, and you guys took it from there, and then we would refine it as we went. And so, yeah, not knowing much about my business and me not giving you a lot, you guys did good. And the time commitment, I'd say I spent a couple hours in the beginning to give you guys an outline of what I wanted. But then once you started working on it, it went pretty smooth. I didn't get things that I'd say, "What in the world is this?" That didn't happen. I got things like, "Okay, hey, okay, now I see what it's going to look like. Let's move this over here, bring that down over here, and can you put this over here? Oh, you know what? I forgot about that." So that's how it went. So yeah, the time commitment, couple hours to give you a sketch, and then from there it was just tweaking it as you guys went along.
Yeah, yeah, great, great. And yeah, that's exactly right. I remember pretty much the same thing, kind of a front load heavy on the initial design, which is usually
Mm-hmm.
what happens. But then after that, through bug herd and our software, it's usually pretty quick back and forth.
Yeah.
Um, Great. And then so, based on the results so far, where do you see your business in the next 6 to 12 months? Using kind of the
I
software.
see it expanding. I have my order form the way I'd like it. It's working good. Knock on wood, everything's working. I keep getting emails that say, you got a new photo shoot booked. And all right. And it's wonderful when it's a repeat customer. That's one of my biggest thrills. But they kind of get used to how it all works and they just order it and pick a day and time and it all works. So what I see myself doing 6 months to a year from now is growing my business because of the automation that AimSet Win has put in place for me. I don't have to write this stuff down and do it by hand and look like I'm, chucking a truck and, is working out of his wallet. I look very professional doing it this way. And so it's helping my business grow. When I do presentations in front of realtors, I show them snapshots on my PowerPoint presentation. Here's what it looks like. Here's where you go. You click on it, and here's where you go, and it's going to look like this. And a lot of them are expecting that
Yeah.
from whatever vendor they use. They're expecting some kind of order page to order
Right.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It's
So
becoming.
6 months, a year from now, I see my business growing quite a bit.
Oh, that's great. It's great to hear. And I believe it too. You're on the right path.
Mhm.
And so we always like to ask this one too. So what surprised you about our services? Did you have any kind of misconceptions before, starting work with like a digital marketing agency or anything like that?
What surprised me? Gosh, I don't really know. No bad surprises. No, I wouldn't say anything surprised me. It went fairly smooth. We had a few things to work out at the end because I didn't give you a complete diagram of what I wanted. You guys had to kind of infer what I was suggesting. So, I guess the surprise was how easy you guys were to work with.
Oh yeah, that's great. Great to hear. Yeah, we try to pride ourselves on being available and working
Hmm.
outside of the box, right, if needed.
Yeah.
And then almost done. So if someone's on the fence about working with us here at Ames at Win, what would you tell them?
Don't give it a second thought. There are so many companies out there that do all kinds of high tech stuff, and the ads are so much better than the result. The ad seems so great. You go use it and it doesn't work. You go to call somebody, there's nobody to talk to. You can't even find the phone number of some of these places. Um, and when you do somehow get a phone number, you're talking to somebody on the other side of the world, and all they want to know is what is your account number. Here, doing working with you guys, I could actually get hold of you. You might not answer the minute I call, but you do call back because you're doing other stuff, like you're doing something right now. So I like that I could speak to someone same day that would answer some of my silly questions about, I don't know what happened. I did something and, it's not working right. So I like that you can actually get hold of a live person who is an owner of the company, who understands and knows about your project, not somebody that wants to know what your account number is, and you spend 2 hours chasing your tail around. So
Yeah.
I would say to anybody who's thinking about using AimSet Win, don't give it a second thought. Use these guys. The only thing I could say is give them a little more detailed information than I did. It'll help them and it'll help your process go smoother and quicker. Don't just give them the proverbial sketch on a napkin. Give them a detailed outline, and if need be, go into Canva and draw out kind of what you want because they don't know. They don't know your business. So the more information, the more detail you can give them, the easier and smoother it'll be. So give them lots of info and make it easy for them to understand what you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a great answer to that question. I love the way you answered that. I hope everybody listens to that
Yeah.
little right there. And yeah, and so this is just the last question. And this one's just kind of an open one to you. Any final thoughts you'd like to tell the viewers, about you, about your business? We tell people feel free to plug,
Okay.
scottphotos.com right here and
Yeah.
whatever
Um,
you'd like to let the world
Man,
know.
lately I've been doing a lot of work for architect firms. I've been over to Houston, Waco. They have me going to Dallas, and I photograph schools and commercial buildings for them. So it's kind of like I've graduated from doing houses, and I'm moving up to doing commercial buildings. And I still like doing houses. I did a house this morning, and I'm working on trying to get same day delivery instead of 24-hour delivery. It's not quite there yet, but I'm working on it.
Gotcha.
So I love taking pictures of houses and buildings because they don't cry, they don't run away, and I don't have to yell at them to stop talking. So that's why I love houses and buildings. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you once again, Scott. And once
Sure.
again, this is Scott Southwell with scottphotos.com, and we're AIM Set